So real quick, guys, I was watching this Greg Maddux video that just came across my feed, and real quick, guys, I'm gonna speak on this real quick. Something really changed about Greg Maddux. That's one thing I noticed when I watch his documentaries. I noticed that something changed about him. Like from the period of '87 to '92, something had changed about him. Not only in his game, but his composure, his body language, everything had changed. And I had watched this documentary, a few months ago, and I was even wondering myself, like, man, what changed? I'm like, something changed about Maddux. Oh, I wonder what changed. Was he cloned? Like, because the kid who was there in '87, and then the guy who was on the Braves in '92 or '93, it's like two different people. What changed? How did he change it? Let's check it out. Let's see what he say, y'all. Hold on. Let's see what he say. I mean, I don't know if I ever seen a pitcher change that quick like that in his career.
Maddux thought he had solved the mystery of pitching, but as time passed, he began to struggle again. This time, Maddux was sure the problem wasn't mechanical, so he sought help of a different kind and consulted a sports psychologist. When did you seek him out? What made you seek him out?
What made me? I went about 2.5 months without winning a game. I was going nuts.
When was
Back in
this?
Chicago, like 90, 91. Physically, I felt fine. My pitches were working, but I was just always, it seemed like I was always making mistakes. I just wasn't winning, and I didn't feel it was physical. I thought it must have been mental. So I went and tried to get some help on my head.
What did he tell you?
Told me to just worry about making a pitch. I think he taught me how to like myself.
You didn't like yourself?
Well, I mean, I've always liked myself, but I mean, I'm comfortable with the choices I make, how I live my life, and I think he just reassured that. He gave me more confidence, so to speak, about how to live, not necessarily how to pitch, just how to live my life the way I want to live it, and help my marriage, help my golf game, help me out on the mound, and just more comfortable.
Maddux won his first Cy Young Award as a Cub in 1992. He became a free agent at the end of that year
Gonna go ahead.
and signed with the...
Gonna go ahead and stop it right there, guys. So the sports psychologist he went to said he helped teach him how to love himself. And he said that he basically helped him, I guess he helped him with the intangibles in his life, not just baseball. And that makes so much sense because sometimes it's the intangibles be the missing link to, why you may or may not be doing things correctly. Now, somebody like myself, obviously I didn't go see a psychologist, but it almost seems like I did go see a psychologist. I guess that psychologist was God. I seeked out God. Matter of fact, in my gematria, I think it says somewhere, I'll put it in thumbnail, somebody who chose to put God first or something like that. So when I chose to put God first, he showed up and he directed me on what to do. And in turn, I was able to love myself more through the direction of the Holy Spirit. And now people wondering what changed about me. How did you just... Because everybody thought they had me figured out. How all of a sudden you just in control? Like nothing bothers you? I told you all about the guy in Vegas who said I'm too what do you say? Basically I'm too easygoing. I'm too, you're too relaxed. Yeah, that's what he said. You're too relaxed. People want to... How are you so relaxed? How are you so relaxed through all this turmoil, all this stuff that would have drove the average person crazy? Brings about a jealousy in people. I will say this, guys. I definitely think that being grateful is better than being happy, because when you're happy, you're just setting yourself up for failure. And even if you win a lottery or something like that, look, the only happiness the Bible says you can get is giving, not receiving. Because, the main thing you need to have your health, You need to be grateful for the little things, which I am. I mean, what really changes if you, let's say, if one of you guys won a lottery? But I'm talking about you taking care of yourself. What would really change? You still got to eat. You still got to sleep. You still got to wake up. Make sure you iron your clothes before you get out. Brush your teeth. Wash your face. Pay your taxes. Take your children to school. Pick them up. What exactly changes if you get a lot of money? Not much. You might get. I think in my case, I'll be able to buy a little more time to learn things I want to learn. But the main thing is, helping people out. I think, one thing, I'll be honest with you, I share with you guys, one thing that really is important to me is to make my wife I don't like to use the word make, but it's really important to me to take care of my wife. Like, that's like one of my wishes. To take care of my wife and make sure she's happy. Nothing's going to be perfect, but just taking care of my family is like really important to me. If I don't have a family, that's great too. I don't have to worry about taking care of it, right? But if I do have a family, it's just really important to me that I take care of my family and that they don't have to struggle and stuff like that, like I did and stuff like that. That's very, very important to me. I remember being a bartender and I was working with this girl. And this girl was like 7 months pregnant, working behind the bar with me, pushing around beer kegs. And what's one thing, guys, I can never understand is like how I just can't feel like a man by having children with a woman and she has to go to work and do hard labor like I do. What do women really need men for if they got to go to work? I mean, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me. I can't live like that. That's disgraceful to me. And of course, I wouldn't tell a girl that personally because, some of these women, I guess, want to do that. I don't know. But like me, that's just, no, I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't want nothing of that. I don't want a family in this world if my wife and my family got to struggle like how I struggled growing up. It's no point in having a family to me if it got to be like that. There's no point. So that's one of the things that do matter to me as far as having money, is making sure my family is taken care of and helping people and being able to buy a little more time so I can learn the things that I want to learn. I don't know, maybe I can build a bookshelf, just simple things, man, that I want to do. You know what I mean? Just simple things. But in the grand scheme of things, really not a lot changes just because you got some money. But the one thing funny, I don't want to be long, one thing funny about me, guys, is that the Holy Spirit joking with me the other day. They said, "Man, you make celebrities nervous. Like even when they see how you live, they wondering if they living up to their full potential, and they already got the fame and money." Oh my God, that is funny right there. I make celebrities wonder if they really living up to their fullest potential. Oh my God, that's hilarious right there, man. That's hilarious. And it's very flattering too. Well, I do love myself, guys. I do love myself, and I think that I show that by everything that I've done on my YouTube videos. Going to Cambodia over there by myself and having a good time. Some of y'all want to know, that the Cambodians speak English? Yeah, like 30% of them speak English. It wasn't like everybody was speaking Cambodian. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time over there. I even had a couple of neighbors who I was friends with. We would go out, have drinks and stuff like that. I had a great time in Cambodia. But still, the fact that I went over there by myself and just the things that I do, people, like I told y'all, they wonder how I do it. There's some people who are really jealous of me because they wish they had it in them to do what I do, and they don't. But I mean, look at Greg Maddux, man. He said he went to that psychologist. Psychologist just taught him how to love himself. And I'm telling you, man, Greg Maddux, I mean, that change he made from like 88 to 93, man, I ain't never seen nobody change that quick. It's like you looking at a whole different person, his body language, everything. So, yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that clip and put the thumbnail up. Yeah, I just learned how to put God first, man.